Yulia, you're taking it. You are taking it. Give Yulia the money right now. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island, season 13, episode 40. 40. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. We pick up with Ellie, who is still crying from that conversation she had with Finley on the terrace. She's now talking to the women and she's saying, I like this guy so much that if I gotta go home, I gotta go home. At least I'll be leaving with my head held high. I still think leaving is not a good choice. And it's unfortunate now that she's been so raw about her feelings for Finley. Even Ethan doesn't seem like he's into it anymore as the episode progressed. So I'm just like, okay, if you don't have options, then I guess fine, go. But I think she would have been doing herself a disservice. I really do. Also, the women are confused why he's doing all of this over a bombshell that he only thinks is pretty. Even on their date, they didn't really have conversations with much substance. The conversations they had after that didn't really have much substance. He's doing all of this just because he thinks she's pretty. That's it. So cut to Finley talking to the boys. He's like, you know what? When I do think about it, I would actually want to leave this place with Ellie. So again, why are you doing all of this just off the back of this girl just being pretty? What? But imagine, of course, the guys are going to be like, hold on. I think you should just give Alicia a chance.
I think I kind of know where my head's at now. Genuinely want to leave here with Ellie.
But also, she pulled you for a chat. Yeah, I don't see the harm in it.
And as long as you're open to both of them.
You can't sit there, Finn, and go, I'm 100% Ellie. You can't. You're probably like 80-20. Why would you cut it off then?
That's not that deep to me, like.
One reason you would cut it off is to make sure Ellie's okay.
Yes.
The last people who Finley should listen to when it comes to exploring in this villa are Carvin and Aiden. Don't listen to the Murphy brothers. They are lucky they have found themselves out of hot water, but it was not going well for a long periodically time. So I don't know about taking their advice. Finley's gonna say, well, I just want to have friendly conversations with the girl. All this giggling, hee hee ha ha, hey, can I see a twirl? All this kind of whatever. That's not friendly. You're obviously attracted to this woman. You obviously want to pursue something with this woman. You feel like you have to just say friendly because Ellie will not have anything but that. But that's not your MO here. And I'm very confused. I also don't understand what's the point of him saying, I actually would want to leave with Ellie here. That's the person who I do have the strongest connection with. Then why are you even entertaining flirty conversations with somebody you're clearly attracted to? That's the same thing that I didn't understand with the Calvin and Jasmine thing. Like, if you like Calvin so much, why are we flirting with somebody who obviously makes your partner uncomfortable? There's no point. If you truly are conflicted, then I understand you wanted to entertain some other options. But if you know where your heart is at, don't ruin it for just a little fluffy connection that is not going anywhere. I would respect Finley more if he was like, honestly, I do like the girl. I feel like there's something intriguing there. I want to pursue her romantically and see where that goes. He knows he cannot say that because he is going to lose Ellie if he says that. But at least that's honest. And we know with Ellie, she appreciates honesty. If you really do care for this girl, if you actually have feelings for this girl, at least be honest. Before bed, we see Sean and Lola preparing to go sleep outside. I said, to what do we owe the pleasure? Wow, I didn't know this was an option. Let's keep this going till the rest of the season. Finley says he doesn't want to be overthinking about everything that he says to Ellie, and he feels like things are just being taken more seriously than they need to be taken. Finley, you had sex with a girl who basically said she's falling in love with you. At that point, we can only take it seriously. Time for games is over. You had the chance to do your whatever, and Casa would have been the time even before Casa, but I guess nobody was really checking for him. It was only Ellie before Casa because Yasmin wasn't really on it no more. But like, the time for just doing Love Island is over. You guys have crossed the threshold of sex. The girl basically says she's in love with you, and she now has told you it's either you or nothing. Everything you say is going to be taken seriously. Is this guy okay? Like, if anybody's a man-child on this season, it has to be Finley. And I'm greatly disappointed. Somebody told Priya, I don't remember who it was, that she should stick it on Aiden. And sure enough, she did in the bed. I don't know. I don't think I'd ever come around to buying them as a couple, but they seem to like whatever they got going on. Some other people were also, kissing in the bed. I said, wow, very loved up villa. In the morning, Lorenzo makes coffee for Yulia. And for a second, I was like, oh, how cute. But then I was like, no, this feels like an ad. They were showing the Nescafe stuff all throughout the morning. And then as he's sitting with Yulia, there's 2 Nescafe things in between them. I said, I don't like this. But if he does it again, then maybe I'll believe him. Then we have Aiden and Samraj, who are giving Finley horrible advice. These guys have been in the villa with Ellie for so long. They know how she is. And these guys are encouraging him to go and explore Alicia more. And, you owe this to yourself and all this kind of stuff. Like, the way in which he's going about it is the problem. Two, here comes Alicia. She takes both Finley and Aiden into the hideaway. And I said, this is bad.
Your hideaway or terrace?
Hideaway. Jarring, man.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
it
so
is.
jarring. Oh my god.
What have I done?
Wait, they're in the hideaway?
Yes.
What?
Finley, is this friendly to you? This is friendly? This man is a joke. He's such a joke. And because he has like I guess Pipsqueak is the nickname they gave him, because he has this like Pipsqueak persona, like, oh, he's just so cute and he's so lovable and he's whatever. He's unassuming, but he's a joke. I cannot believe Ellie has written off Ethan, who seems like such a sweet guy. And here you are crying over a man who does not care. Clearly he does not care. If he cared, he would have never gone into the hideaway. That is crazy work. He went in there and he's indulging in the truth or dare. Like, you didn't have to do that. You could have said, if you're going to go in the hideaway, whatever, fine. Then you could have at least said, okay, only truths. But no, I'll do the dare. I just won't kiss the girl. Why are we even like, but then you're going to tell this girl, you're going to tell Ellie, oh no, I'm just being friendly. We're just having friendly conversations. Absolute BS. So Ellie is like, I cannot handle this. I cannot watch it. Like, she's breaking down. She's crying to Angelista. She's crying to Yulia. Yulia's shock that they were in the hideaway was hilarious. Like, girl, I get it. You like the guy, but he clearly doesn't like you enough to want to be respectful. He's acknowledging that this is disrespectful and he's doing it anyways. And even when she talks to him, he doesn't seem remorseful. At least some other guys have seemed remorseful. They're purporting as if they're remorseful. It doesn't even seem like he's sorry. Girl, if you don't sack this man, he's saying he owes it to himself to experience Love Island, and so do you. There's a guy in here who's nice, who likes you. Please give it a try. When they come out of the hideaway, can you imagine all the boys congregate by the fire pit to talk about the shenanigans they were up to, while Ellie is off in the dressing room crying? Finley's first plan of action should have been, let me go talk to Ellie. But no, y'all want to debrief with the boys? Insane.
I've had enough. Sit here look like a fucking dickhead. I've had enough.
Finley's a little bit speechless.
What went on in there?
We may have played a little game.
Kissed her on the neck. Just a game.
I'm just fucking tired. I can't keep doing it.
I really feel bad for Ellie. She has not had a good run in here. And it's like she seems like she would have the best time in here. She's the Eurocentric beauty standard. She has a big personality. She gets along with a lot of people. Like, she's open to exploring and all that. It seems like Love Island should work in her favor, but it's just been knock after knock after knock. And then she thought she found something, but he seems to be worse than all the others. You finally find somebody who you feel like you can trust. You give them access to your body, and then he seems to care even less than the rest of the other guys. I would consider that to be worse. At least the other guys, you kind of knew what you were dealing with. But Finley, he was so unassuming. Like, oh! So the guys are talking around the fire pit, and Simba tried to say, honestly, Finley, I was just with Ellie. Like, it's not looking good. He's like, I came here to talk to girls. Heard. So the day before, hey, you're just a boy. Today, I came here to talk to girls. We see you now. When it comes to Finley, there's nothing else that needs to be said. I wish Ellie could see all the things that he's doing and saying, but there's no more movie nights, child. Oh, he's so lucky movie night happened when it did. He's so lucky. But anyways, Alicia goes and talks to the other girls who are out in the garden, and they're like, we have to rate you as a bombshell. You're doing what needs to be done. And she is, man. The girl is bombshelling. She came in with a mission and she is excelling. Aiden decides to have a group discussion between himself, Finley, Ellie, and Priya to talk about what happened in the hideaway. Guys, I'll be so honest. It felt like Aiden was trying to gaslight Ellie. Like, she's obviously seeing that this man is being disrespectful. And he's like, no, it's not disrespect. You know, he owes it to himself to do this. First of all, you're talking too much. Second of all, don't gaslight me. I know what I'm feeling. I know what I'm seeing. And Finley, he ain't the one.
Alicia wanted to kind of have a chat with me and Finn. Yeah, I feel like for Finley...
It's a complete mind fuck.
It's a mind fuck, you know, decision based on...
I don't need to hear it from you. This is not a conversation for me and you.
The worst I did was kiss her neck and she kissed my neck.
Okay.
This has turned very disrespectful, like unintentionally.
But it's fine. I'll be fine. I'm always fine in the end.
My conclusion on the whole Finley thing, he is a horny little boy. Horny little boy who's unable to, you know, manage his urges. At least he had the self-control to not want to kiss Alicia over there in the hideaway, but all the rest, like, you might as well. If you're going to do all of that, you might as well go all the way at that point. Finley is trying to hide behind the fact that they were playing a game. Irks. If the producers did not orchestrate the game, it ain't no damn game. You doing whatever the hell you want to do. Like, they did not get a text saying, hey, Alicia, take these boys into the hideaway and play. No. So that's what we can do now? Anybody can just do whatever they want as long as you just say, hey, let's play a little game. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. So then Ellie is going to say, are you pursuing this girl romantically or platonically? It should be noted that whenever she asks this question, Finley cannot give an answer. I don't know why she doesn't press him on it more, but like he's like, oh, I just want to keep having chats with her. Is it romantic or platonic? You know it's not platonic. That's why she's asking. But the fact that he can't answer would be enough for me. Okay, so you want to pursue her romantically? I personally cannot stand to watch that, so I'm just going to remove myself from the situation. I still am not a fan of the ultimatum that she gave him, but to just say, listen, this is too much for me to bear, I'm just going to step out, I feel like that's okay to say. Finley says this has become unintentionally disrespectful. Unintentionally! Asking a girl to twirl was intentional. Going into the hideaway was intentional. Engaging in the truth or dare was intentional. He sounds like them people who are like, oh, you know, I didn't mean to cheat. It just kind of happened. Did you fall on the dick? Did you slide in the cooch? Like, please. These are all intentional acts. I'm actually so shocked that Ellie is not like going at it more. You know what's killing me about Ellie? Because we've seen how she was at the beginning, I'm pretty sure Finley is aware that she's the type of woman who is able to like rip him a new asshole if she needed to. But he has seen that with him. She's become so much softer. She's become like, you know what I'm saying? So maybe he's like, I've noticed that I am able to just do whatever because she likes me so much and she'll be their way in. And it feels like that's the case. It feels like she just really didn't like those guys enough beforehand, but she likes Finley so much that she's willing to overlook the things that she would have called out with other guys immediately. Priya and Aiden talk about what happened, and Priya's not too pressed because she's also exploring Ethan. Aiden is like, yeah, I'm aware that you have another option as well, so let's just agree. No, I think she said, let's agree to not kiss outside of challenges or outside of games or whatever. It seemed like he didn't want to agree to that, but he does eventually agree to that. And he has to agree because he knows homegirl is into another guy too. So if Alicia doesn't end up picking you, Priya is your only option. And you have to make sure you manage this connection before you get left high and dry. Alicia and Ellie have a conversation on the terrace. And one thing I really, really, really do love about Ellie, she's not going to have vitriol for the woman when it's the man who was supposed to be accountable to her.
Yeah, okay, babe.
Yeah, I'm all good.
Oh, I really like her. Yeah.
So you could probably try them, to be honest.
Oh, thank you. Telling me one thing, then doing another.
Yeah.
Just keep me in the loop.
Communication.
Let me know.
But obviously, I just didn't kiss him on the lips.
Yeah. I was like, if you need to do that, you need to do that. But like, I am a very easy person to speak to.
100%.
Just tell me.
Yeah.
The Ellie of week one would not have this. She would not have this. Not because he's not allowed to explore, but he's deliberately being like vague about stuff and he's not being clear. And we know Ellie does not like ambiguity. She does not like it. She likes somebody who's straightforward. And Finley's deliberately not being straightforward. She is so far gone with this guy that she cannot call out the things that she has already called out from other men time and time and time again. Oh my gosh, save my girl, save my girl. All this for Finley, you know. Finley, he's those boys who are like overly excited. Y'all remember, I feel like his name was Tommy. I don't remember. It was like 2 seasons ago? The young Italian boy. As soon as he got off the show, he was already making out with some girl at the club. Like, he's overly excited. I feel like his name was Tommy too. Anyways, Finley gives that energy. Overly excited. I do think that he likes Ellie, but I think he likes attention more. He likes attention from a beautiful girl more. And Ellie girl, seeing how far gone you are with this man, this is where you actually have to draw the line with him. Priya talks to Ethan, who says that he's really not feeling anybody else at this point. He gets the most energy from Priya, so he wants to focus on pursuing her. Simultaneously, Aiden is talking to Jasmine, Calvin, and I think there was somebody else. And he's like, yeah, I'll be honest, it's more than friendship now with me and Priya. So her having another option kind of makes me feel a bit of a way. Now you know how it felt when you kept trying to entertain 2 options when you really didn't have to. That's how the girls felt. So you better feel it. Then the villa gets a text that they're going to be playing Snog, Marry, Pie. This is coming at a great time. A lot of people need to be pied. First was Yasmin. She snogs Tommy, marries Sean, and pies Aiden, of course. She says, my name is Yasmin. It is. Jasmine snogs Calvin after faking like she was going to kiss Lorenzo, marries Samraj, and pies Lorenzo to put the affair to bed for good. Angelista snogs Simba, marries Sean, but said that Ethan, you know, he has potential. I was like, I wish Ethan came earlier. I wish he came earlier, man. I would have liked to see if there was anything there, maybe sort of, kind of, I don't know. And then she decides to pie Calvin on Jasmine's behalf. Alicia snogs Finley. Ellie could not stand to watch. And the commentary was not good either. It was Angelista and I think maybe Yasmin who were like, I'm like, girls, please, this is not the time. But what else happened? She marries Samraj and then pies Lorenzo because he's basically a walking red flag. Priya snogs Ethan, loved that. Marries Aiden because she appreciates how honest he has been with her. Girl, I fear it's just a facade. And then she pies Samraj for calling her the ick. Lola kisses Tommy on the cheek, marries Sean, and pies Finley, which is the only time that I actually agreed with her. Martha snogs Jordan, marries Julia, and pies Aiden with some force. I said, oh, all right, Martha. Ellie snogs Finley. I wish she chose Ethan, but she's a gone girl. Marries Lorenzo because he always comes to her defense. He was shocked, but I think that was a good reason. And then she pies Aiden very gently. Mika gives Lorenzo a peck, marries Samraj, and pies Calvin. Even though Simba was prepared, he was like, okay, I know what's coming. Let me just prepare myself for this pie that's coming. He was so shocked that he did not get the pie. I was shocked too. Calvin didn't look happy. And I was wondering if this going to come up later? I don't know. You know, Calvin is kind of sensitive when it comes to the challenges, so I'm intrigued to see if this comes up later. Yulia licked whipped cream. Well, she didn't lick it, but she took whipped cream off of Calvin's face and then licked her finger. And then she goes and she snogs Lorenzo. She marries Jordan and then fakes like she was going to pie Lola, which had the whole room jumping. Even me, I was like, oh, no way. But she actually pies Sean. Lola still wasn't happy about it, but I was like, Yulia, you are so iconic. I love this girl so much. Ethan snogs Priya, marries Angelista, and pies Lola, and he rubbed it in too. I said, yeah, do it again. That was beautiful. Simba kissed Ellie on the cheek, calling her a strong soldier. He marries Angelista, and he pied Mika very politely, very politely. They even hugged after that. I said, Angelista has whipped this man into shape. This man knows he cannot misstep as long as Angelista is on the scene, okay? Lorenzo kissed Jasmine on the cheek. Both Jasmine and Calvin didn't seem to like that too much. They both felt a bit uncomfortable. He marries Yulia and he pies Yasmin. Sean kisses Yasmin on the hand, marries Lola, and pies Samraj on Priya's behalf. I like that. Finley snogs Ellie, marries Angelista, and pies Yasmin because she basically pied him at the sleepover. I completely forgot that Finley and Yasmin like were a thing-ish. Totally forgot about that. Calvin snogs Jasmine, marries Angelista. Listen, Angelista, bride to be, okay? Everybody's trying to marry Angelista. Yeah, period. He married Angelisa and he pies Ellie because of their connection at the start. Samraj kissed Jasmine on the cheek, married Mika, and then pies Finley so hard. Loved that. Jordan snogs Martha, marries Mika, pies Jasmine. Tommy snogs Yasmin, marries Angelista, pies Alicia to show Yasmin that he's all in. I didn't even think that there was anything between himself and Alicia, but okay. And then lastly was Aiden, who snogs Alicia. He says to Priya, oh, I'll kiss you later. He marries Ellie. And then he pies Jasmine. Priya at the end of that was like, I should have married Lorenzo. Listen, Aiden, you had a golden opportunity to have this redemption arc in the villa and outside by just doing right by Priya. But you just can't help yourself, can you? The villa gets a text that they should all stand in couples, and they learn that the outside has been voting for their favorite couple. Top couple, Yulia and Lorenzo. I think it was Priya who was like, now how did y'all manage to do that? You're on the wrong side of history when it comes to the Yulia and Lola beef. Anyways, loved that for me. The bottom couples, which was scrumdiddlyumptious. Martha and Jordan. Mika and Samrush. And Lola and Sean. I know the house is confused. I know they're confused. Martha and Jordan makes complete sense. Ain't nobody voting for them. Mika and Samrush? I know they thought they were top dogs because technically they're an OG couple. So, you know, in their mind, they're probably thinking like, oh no, people root for us. You know, we're friends with people who have big personalities in here. Like things should be grand. No. And then Lola and Sean and the cherry on top was that Yulia is top couple. Ah! Loved it. I also hope that for Lorenzo, he realizes that he can have more loyalty to Yulia. It's actually okay to back your girl. Clearly, the public backs your girl. Can you do the same? Please and thank you. And Sean and Lola, I'm so glad that y'all got pie on your face and egg on your face by way of the public. Now, I hated the fact that the favorite couple has to decide who's going home. We know Sean and Lola ain't going nowhere. That's some bull. They should have let it be up to the votes. And yeah, it could have been Martha and Jordan, but no, I didn't like that. So we'll see what happens in the next episode. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.